Americans spend more than $100 billion a year on beef alone, yet some of the densest, most complete proteins on the planet are sitting quietly in garden beds most people walk right past. Let's start with green peas, a plant so common it barely registers as food anymore. Archaeologists working at sites in the Fertile Crescent have traced cultivated peas back roughly 9,500 years, and ancient physicians in Greece and Rome documented them specifically as sustenance for laborers doing heavy physical work. One cooked cup of green peas delivers close to 8 grams of protein, and unlike most vegetables, peas contain measurable amounts of all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body cannot manufacture on its own. Laboratory testing of isolated pea protein has produced digestibility scores that rival many animal sources, which is unusual for a plant this ordinary. The trick is cooking them gently. Steam fresh or frozen peas for 4 to 6 minutes at low temperature rather than boiling them into mush, because extended boiling breaks down both the protein structure and the chlorophyll that gives them their color. Right alongside peas belongs a vegetable most people only eat once a year out of obligation: Brussels sprouts. One cooked cup delivers roughly 4 grams of protein at just 56 calories, a protein-to-calorie ratio that actually beats many cuts of beef. But the real story here is a compound called sulforaphane. Research from Johns Hopkins University published in the early 2000s showed sulforaphane activates a protein called NRF2, which switches on the body's own internal antioxidant defenses. To get the benefit, chop or shred the sprouts and let them sit for 5 to 10 minutes before applying heat. This resting period lets an enzyme called myrosinase finish, converting the compound before cooking destroys it. Then roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes until the outer leaves caramelize. Asparagus shows up in Egyptian tomb paintings dating back roughly 5,000 years, treated as a valuable offering rather than an everyday vegetable. The Roman writer Cato the Elder wrote detailed cultivation instructions for it around 160 BCE, and historical accounts describe Roman fleets rushing fresh asparagus harvests to the capital before they lost peak quality. One cooked cup delivers about 4.3 grams of protein, along with folate and an amino acid literally named after the plant, asparagine, first isolated by French chemists Louis-Nicolas Vauquelin and Pierre-Jean Robiquet in 1806. Asparagine plays a documented role in protein metabolism and nervous system signaling. Asparagus also contains protodiosine, a plant steroid that several small clinical studies have examined for its relationship to hormone levels, though researchers are careful to note more trials are needed. Because asparagus loses moisture and nutrients fast after cutting, stand fresh stalks upright in a jar with an inch of cold water in the fridge, just like flowers, and steam rather than boil for 4 to 5 minutes. Then there's the artichoke, a plant so prized in ancient Rome that sumptuary laws reportedly restricted it to wealthy households. The 11th century Persian physician Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, documented in his Canon of Medicine that people who ate artichokes regularly seemed to digest their other food more efficiently. Modern science backs this up. Artichokes contain cynarin, a compound that stimulates bile production, and bile is essential for breaking down fats and fat-soluble nutrients. One medium artichoke provides roughly 4 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber, but the compounding benefit to overall digestion may matter just as much. Steam or roast them face down at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes, with a squeeze of lemon to preserve the color and the active compounds. Amaranth carries one of the darkest stories on this list. The Aztec Empire built it into both daily nutrition and religious ceremony, shaping amaranth dough into figures used in worship. When Hernán Cortés began dismantling Aztec civilization in the 1520s, Spanish colonial records document that amaranth cultivation was banned, in part because controlling the food supply meant controlling the population. One cooked cup delivers roughly 9 grams of complete protein, including lysine, an amino acid most grains lack entirely, which is exactly why wheat-heavy diets historically struggled to support strong muscle mass on their own. Rinse amaranth before cooking to reduce phytic acid, then simmer covered in a 1 to 2.5 ratio with water for 20 minutes without lifting the lid. Now open your Bible to 1 Kings chapter 19. Elijah, exhausted after confronting 450 prophets of Baal, collapses in the wilderness and asks God to let him die. An angel wakes him twice and tells him to eat a cake baked on hot coals. The Hebrew word used, yuga, describes a flatbread historians believe was commonly made from ground lentils or legumes among travelers in that region. Lentils deliver about 18 grams of protein per cooked cup, more than 3 eggs, and they're unusually rich in leucine, the specific amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis once blood levels cross a certain threshold. They also provide roughly 6 milligrams of iron per cup. Elijah rose from that meal and walked 40 days to Mount Horeb, a description that matches complete physical restoration almost exactly. Archaeological digs near Jericho date cultivated chickpeas back approximately 7,500 years, making them one of humanity's oldest domesticated crops. The second book of Samuel describes supplies brought to King David's exhausted army after fleeing Jerusalem, including parched grain and beans, foods that would have included chickpeas in that region and era. One cooked cup provides about 15 grams of protein and 12 grams of fiber, and that fiber matters more than people realize because it feeds gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, which help regulate inflammation throughout the body. Soak dried chickpeas for 12 hours, discard that water, and simmer in fresh water for about 90 minutes, a process that reduces phytic acid by up to 40% and improves how well your body absorbs the minerals and protein inside. Hemp seeds tell an equally old story. Chinese agricultural records attributed to the legendary Emperor Shen Nong describe hemp around 2700 BCE as both food and medicine, and historians note that nomadic Scythian horsemen described by Herodotus carried hemp seeds as portable travel food. 3 tablespoons deliver roughly 10 grams of complete protein from edestin and albumin, 2 proteins your digestive system breaks down with unusual efficiency. Hemp also naturally carries an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio near 3:1, a balance many researchers consider favorable for controlling exercise-related inflammation. No cooking needed, just stir it into oatmeal, smoothies, or yogurt, and keep the bag refrigerated once opened since the fats oxidize at room temperature. Pumpkin seed cultivation in Mesoamerica dates back roughly 10,000 years. 1 ounce delivers about 9 grams of protein, more than the same weight of ground beef, but the real value is in the minerals. That same ounce provides close to 40% of your daily magnesium requirement, a mineral involved in more than 300 enzymatic reactions in the human body, including protein synthesis itself. Research has estimated that a large share of adults in developed countries are mildly magnesium deficient without realizing it, which shows up as fatigue and poor sleep that gets blamed on everything except the actual cause. Toast raw seeds in a dry skillet over medium heat for 3 to 5 minutes until lightly golden, salting only after removing from heat. Then there's moringa, called the miracle tree across parts of Africa and South Asia for good reason. The 13th century Andalusian botanist Ibn al-Baytar documented it extensively, and traditional Ayurvedic medicine classified it as a rasayana, an herb associated with restoring depleted strength. Dried moringa leaf powder contains around 27 grams of complete protein per 100 grams, roughly twice what you'd get from the same weight of yogurt, along with 4 times the calcium of milk and 7 times the vitamin C of oranges. International humanitarian organizations have used moringa in malnutrition treatment programs precisely because one plant addresses multiple deficiencies simultaneously. Stir a teaspoon into warm water or broth under 160 degrees Fahrenheit, since higher heat destroys the vitamin C content. The Book of Exodus describes manna appearing on the desert ground each morning. Some researchers have proposed that certain cyanobacteria, including spirulina, form visible mats on mineral-rich desert lake surfaces, and that dried algae cakes were a documented food source in ancient desert cultures, though this remains a historical hypothesis rather than settled fact. What's certain is that the Aztecs harvested spirulina from Lake Texcoco and pressed it into cakes sold in markets, while the Kanembu people near Lake Chad have harvested and dried it for centuries as a food still eaten today. Spirulina runs between 60 and 70% protein by dry weight, compared to roughly 26% for beef, and NASA has studied it as a candidate food for long-duration space missions because of its extraordinary nutrition density per gram. 2 tablespoons deliver about 8 grams of highly usable protein along with phycocyanin, a blue-green pigment currently studied for its anti-inflammatory properties. Mix it cold into juice or smoothies, since heat above 140 degrees Fahrenheit degrades the pigment. Finally, the black soybean, the original cultivated form of soy in ancient East Asia, long before the yellow variety became dominant. Traditional Chinese medicine texts attributed to Shen Nong describe black soybeans as beneficial for the kidneys specifically, distinct from yellow soybeans. 1 cooked cup delivers close to 29 grams of complete protein, comparable to a chicken breast, but its black seed coat is rich in cyanidin-3-glucoside, the same anthocyanin that makes blueberries valuable, and food science research has documented measurable antioxidant activity from this compound. Soak for 12 hours, then simmer gently for 90 minutes, saving the deep purple cooking liquid, which traditional Japanese preparations specifically retain as part of the dish. If any of these 12 surprised you, subscribe, drop a comment telling me which one you're adding to your kitchen, and share this with someone who thinks protein only comes from a butcher's counter.